Welcome to Stonehands. My name is Simo, and today we are going to propose a question: how our ancestors lived in the shamanistic soundscapes. As human civilization has been much different than nowadays, people have lived in a more rural and archaic ways compared to our modern society. For example, our Western civilization, it's a civilization of consumerism that we consume. But the shamanistic people in the past, the tribes, they observed. They observed the phenomenon of the nature and were able to judge and make their decisions according to the slight whispers coming from the beings of the nature. Like how many people in nowadays society are wearing around the globe jeans? That's crazy. We have got an unified globalized culture. But in the times of shamanistic practices, the conscious was still unified and people had quite similar traditions. For example, the Finnic people here in the Finland, Estonia, and in Russia, they have many common words with the Native Americans in the North America. There's this tale that when the Swedish Navy went to the North America, then there were many Finnish immigrants with them. And Finnish started building log cabins and saunas in the New World. And when there was a conflict, then the Native Americans, they killed all the Swedes, the French, the English, but no Finns, because they were brothers from another mothers, because they had saunas and they banged a shamanic drums and are kind of similar with their way of thinking. For example, our old folk, when we were going to cut a tree in a forest, we went and asked for permission. Do you permit us to cut you down? And when tree said no, then it was like, no, we shall not cut you. Or how we built a well into our house. We took out the witch stick and looked for the water lines flowing underneath the surface and dig the well where there was 3 water lines meeting each other. And so has our ancient traditions and ancient culture worked out. But the soundscapes, how the sounds they work. Quite many shamanistic practices are associated with the trance-like state of mind. So they used sound like shamanic drums, bum 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 bum, to alter the state of consciousness. Some cultures used psychedelics to alter the state of consciousness. But believe me, when you are connected to the nature, you do not need to digest so much of any psychedelics. Even slight manipulation of sound will help you to observe and alter state of consciousness. So I will give you a brief guide how you can make some overdone singing. And in the Mongolia and in Duva, they used to do an harmonic throat overdone singing. I will give you the basic of throat singing as well. But overtones like it's quite simple. If you imagine yourself as a Formula 1 driver driving with your car, or a race car driver. That's the basic of overdone singing. You start driving around with your Formula One. And you can start doing overtones. Of course, it's more complicated, but this basic exercise, if you do it every day, every single day, you will become a master of overtone singing, because you will start discovering new ways how to perform them. And then the throat singing. That's my bad example for you, but you get it. It's not using the same vocal cords as our normal voice. And in Tuva, they say that we people in the West, we do not know how to sing, because real singing goes through the throat. And also the Inuits, the Eskimos, they use their own peculiar way of throat singing. It sounds like rapping. That's really great to listen to. But what about those sounds and singing traditions? We become immersed in them, and we are able to alter our state of consciousness. If I would sing you 15 minutes of overtones with little vocal warm up, like your vocal cords would vibrate with mine, because we are auditory beings. All becomes and starts from the sound. Like in the Bible, God said, "Let there be the word." Okay. In 6 days with the 6 words and whatever, but with the words. And our archaic tradition tells about the songs that created the world, the Finnic songs, the songs of creation. Like for example, there was this blue rainbow bird that came to our homestead and laid 3 eggs. One of them became the heaven, one of them the earth, and one of them the sky between, or the air between the sky and the earth. You see, between the earth and heaven, there's the sky. Yeah, it's just hard to translate it. But that's meie koppelisse tulema linnukene, tema munema kolme kuuda, 3 muna meie õunapuida otsa. You see. And even J.R.R. Tolkien based one of his high Elvish languages on the Finnic language, because our language is ancient and has been a basis to many words and languages that have been in creation. And the ancient huntsmen, they never uttered the word that they were hunting, like they were hunting for fish. They never said, "We are fishing." No, they used analog words, or onomatopoeia, that they used, like, "We are hunting for the slimy thing in the water," etc. Because they realized the importance of the word, that the word was the ultimate source of creation. That's when we control and use our thinking. Like when I'm telling fairy tales to my children, we usually take a topic and we start envisioning it. We start creating a tale, and I hear the thoughts that my child is thinking and willing to manifest with her mind. And the same goes with our thinking, the things that we are thinking about, the grudge and judgments that we hold within us ourselves. We are creating our reality with our thinking and with our minds. So if we understand that, we can go back to the shamanic traditions and see how they created their reality, how they connected with the nature, and we're able to observe the desired outcomes from the world, from the great void that they were communicating with. I think we are struggling in this world a lot more than in the past. The people were more in harmony with the natural environment. I hope you enjoyed, subscribe, and see you soon again.